Not the effect that we're going for today, but with a rolling chair and a zoom lens, you'll be surprised how easy it is to do the vertigo effect. Anyway, let's get back to a view that I actually want to use. There we go. All right, so today we are actually talking about a little trick that I use with the SONY 24mm F1.4 G Master to nail the exposure specifically for video. You will have probably come across this issue before wherein you're inside, you're filming something that's outside, you've got the exposure dialed in, and then they come inside and now your exposure is completely done. Or the opposite, let's say you're shooting a house tour. You're inside, you got your exposure dialed in, and then you go outside and you need it to all be in the same shot and your exposure is completely done. So the 24G Master actually has an aperture ring on here which you can turn and it changes your aperture. It also has a click button which clicks, and what it does is it turns the aperture ring from being a clicked aperture ring to a declicked aperture ring. So right now it's on, you get your click. So every time you change your aperture, there's a click to let you know that you've changed your aperture. If you turn this to off, now when you change your aperture ring, it's completely smooth. There is no click going between different f-stops. So you can probably see where I'm going with this. Basically, what I do, it's really simple. I turn the click off, and then when someone is outside, I set my aperture so that the exposure is correct to them being outside. And then when they walk inside, you slowly turn the aperture ring to get your exposure right for them being inside. It's as simple as that. Normally you wouldn't be able to do this because when you have your click turned on, well, most lenses don't have that click button and it's always gonna click. There's gonna be a noticeable change when you change your aperture. It's gonna get brighter and then a bit brighter and then a bit brighter. It's not gonna be smooth. When you have this click turned off, it's a very, very smooth change. So there's nothing significant, there's no quick changes, it's very smooth, really as smooth as you turn it. And yes, I know you are gonna lose that bokeh, you're gonna lose that depth of field, but sometimes, especially at a wedding, there are certain situations where it's more important to get the shot. You've only got one shot at getting the shot. Said shot a lot there. You've only got one opportunity to get that shot. Doesn't matter about your depth of field changing a little bit because it's more important just to get that shot. If I didn't use this trick, I would literally have to end the clip, re-expose, or re-expose in the middle of the clip, and then cut, have some form of a transition, and it just won't look as good. Whereas this, it's a smooth exposure change, and it can really work sometimes. It can really help you out in situations where you need to use it. So that is a little tip that I use with the SONY 24G Master, or any other lens that has that declicked ability. Expose them properly outside. When they walk inside, slowly change the aperture ring so that you're exposing from how they are outside, probably brightening it up to come inside. So you're going from, I don't know, an f5 outside, you're slowly changing this to an f1.4. You're now exposed properly inside. You got the shot, it's one continuous shot, you don't need to make any cuts. It looks good. Bride's happy, groom's happy, you're happy, everyone's happy, we all win. You may have already known about this, you may not have even thought about it, you may have had this lens for a while and never had any use for that declicked aperture ring, and now you do, so you're welcome. If you have this lens, you're one of the lucky people to be able to get it so far. Even nearly a year later, it's still incredibly hard to get hold of. Don't know why that is. But yeah, if you got it, go try it out. Let me know how you get on down below in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.